Everyone on the panel said they want the manager out. Well, he's here. So, you know, I'm telling you, the decision makers are the decision makers at the end of the day. I got a take, actually. I haven't said this anywhere. Do you mind if I get this one off?
Go on.
It's fine.
Turn it around. Is it that?
No, it's not. I didn't think he's going to turn it around. No. Because it's different to how other people are feeling. Basically, I'm a bit happy that INEOS are not listening to us. I'm a bit happy that, because guess what happened before? Just imagine they always bend to our will. The first time was the FA Cup, and they listened to all the fans. And guess what? We were wrong. Hands up, we were wrong. But guess what? They've made that decision now. Now it's gonna be, if they budge to fan opinion, every time the fans get strong, are they gonna have to change their opinion? You can't run a business like that. Are you gonna move to the beat? Or are you gonna move to the beat?
Wait, KG, so you're saying you're happy that they're not doing what you want them to do? Even though you think it would be the right thing, you think it'd be the right thing to sack the manager, and you're saying
it must have been hot in Saudi. I don't know how hot it is in Saudi.
What kind of heat stroke are you returning to this show in?
Hear me out.
I get what you're saying.
Hear me out. 1 second. I'm saying, as a football fan, we are super emotional and we make bad decisions. Yeah. So now, I don't. Right. If you're managing,
do you think you're wrong? Did you think you're wrong? Do you think you're wrong?
No, he needs to go. But I'm saying, if you're managing Man United, you can't be moved by the sway of the mob, because you're looking at it from a longer term perspective. I want to win right now as a Man United fan, and it's my right to want to win right now. They are not looking at it from the same perspective as us. INEOS are looking at it from probably a longer term perspective. I'm saying that that's the only thing I'm saying. I'm saying you can't let the mob make all your decisions. That's how I honestly feel. Yeah. There's certain times when you got to be like, I can't buck to this, because what does this happen? Every time they get mad, do I make a decision? Because everyone's writing me letters right now. I can't write the right one.
Even if it's the right one. Even if it's the right decision to make, you ignore it because you just
because guess what? They're saying the standards that I'm setting, if I'm waiting, the killers, they're saying, look, right now, they're probably giving themselves different goals. They probably said, when we get to Christmas, if we're in and about, so not where we need to be, we'll make a decision then. What we've done as a fan base is we created a deadline, we created some of these things, we've said how we want it to be and when they should make a decision, and then look, we're not going to the beat of your drum, and we did it before. And that fucked us up anyway. Excuse my language.
Side's going to explain that.
It's not. I don't think I've said anything.
Hold on. So, Alice, you could go ahead of me because you agree with this, and then I'm just going to shut it down and then give my opinion.
I don't completely agree with it, but I get what he's trying to say. I get the point KG's trying to make is like, sort of my viewpoint on United pre-Ragnick was very, very reactionary. I was like, Ollie's got to go. And I think sacking Ollie was the right decision, but we thought Ragnick was going to come in and make things better. Didn't really happen. I was like, Ollie's got to go. I was like, McFred, they're holding us back. We play Matic and Pogba some games. We had a good run with them, but again, didn't get loads of better. We don't play with McFred anymore. I was like, yeah, Maguire and Lindelof, we play another centre-back pairing. It doesn't get much better, but we have such strong fan opinions about McFred. And look, we know they weren't good enough. Lindelof and Maguire, we know they weren't good enough, like Ollie and Ragnick. But I feel like sometimes as a fan base, we react really strongly in the moment. Of course, when you lose 3-0 to Tottenham and 3-0 to Liverpool, a lot of the fan base and the emotion of it's going to be 10-0 out. Like with the FA Cup, we were 10-0 in the emotion of it. So I get in the sense that INEOS aren't going to act off the emotion of the fan base. They're just going to sort of wait a bit longer to fully assess it in their events.
That's just what I'm saying. That's exactly of the big business, which is so emotional. I don't think fans can be trusted. Personally, I lost my shit after Tottenham. I still feel this way. So I'm not saying none of my feelings are wrong. As soon as Tottenham happened, I didn't want to hear anything. I don't want to hear nothing. 3-0 to Tottenham, he's got to go. But then they can't move like that.
If this is where I think, for me, this argument is flawed. Yeah, if it was Maresco and he went on this little bit of a disaster start, we could say, you know what, fans are emotional. He's just coming to the job. Give him time. Let him go through that rough period. And you know what? That's where the owner should say, you know what? Fans are a bit kind of crazy. They want instant success. That's when I say it's acceptable. But this is a manager who's been here for 2.5 years. This is a manager that INEOS saw struggling when they got ratified or whatever it's called, and they were nearly accepted as new owners. So they've been watching, and Jim Racker's been watching from the get-go. And then they need to see that his guy's breaking his own record for the worst start to the season. So there's massive context. Fans are not reactionary, KG. Fans have been seeing a decline since when we won the Carabao Cup. Let's be honest. Since we won the Carabao Cup, we lost 7-0, and that's what ultimately changed the course of Man United and Ten Hag, especially. That's where I say fans are not reactionary. They've seen a pattern. They've seen a lack of goals. They've seen a kind of an identity that is broken within Man United. Yeah. They've seen players regress. They have seen cracks in this system and what Ten Hag is building, the losses, the goals, every single thing. So we can say yes to INEOS that we should be saying this manager has to go. It's not reactionary. And this is a point now where you say, you know what? The fans deserve this. They deserve a new change because you know what? We wasn't even the guys that hired him. We don't have a kind of almost like an emotional attachment. It's them.
No, because
for us, we are emotional because we've been seeing this for years.
What didn't they do? They sat down with him. Whatever decision they made, they sat down with him. They said they got on this what they call it? That internal discussion thing, that internal briefing where there was like things for review. Whatever the review was. And so they must have had a long-term thought out pattern for when we make a decision or when we make a move. And they're probably saying right now it is too early. I imagine that their thing is Christmas. I imagine that's Christmas because you can't invest the way they did and then say tear it up right now. I don't think they would. They gave him 200 million. So that's someone that said, you know what? I believe if I'm just thinking of the brain of INEOS, not from the brain of KG. The brain of KG says sack him right now. But then from where people come to, I do want to sack him. Let's not do that, Owen. Don't start gaslighting and tell me.
No, do you know what it is? Do you know what it is, KG? Yeah. Do you know what it is? Yeah. What's it called? Someone's mentioned it in the chat. There's Delhi Belly. This is Saudi stomach. It's pure diarrhea. Okay, it's pure diarrhea is what you're saying. Because what you're saying is you're going, I think Erik ten Hag should be sacked, but I'm glad they're not listening to me because I don't know what I'm saying, even though I
don't want to be moved by the fact that yes, because I don't want him to be moved. We made a mistake the first time.
So you're happy now. So you're happy now. You are happy now.
As a fan base, I don't understand where you're missing it. Where's the line that you're missing? I'm saying
you're moving mad. You're moving.
No, I'm not.
You've lost it. You've lost it. You fucking lost it. You've lost it.
No, guys, you've actually lost it.
No. I don't know, bro. I don't know what happens on the pain game. Yeah, I don't know.
Is it the time for that?
You've lost the.
Wait, how are you not hearing this? It's clear, guys. I'm saying something so evident and clear.
This isn't the time for the saying of this is not when the fans should be speaking. This is the time. You see that guy break his own record.
What I think KG's trying to say is Dan Ashworth done it in Newcastle. Well, not so much Newcastle. He's done it at Brighton. He did good at West Brom. He did good at Newcastle. I think what KG and the way I see it is like I think it's right that Ten Hag may need to go. I think the stats don't lie, and KG's Ten Hag out, and
yes.
But I think, do I trust Dan Ashworth's opinion more than my own? In a weird extent, yeah, I've not worked at football clubs. I've not had success running football clubs. And if Dan Ashworth's done this at West Brom and this at Brighton, and you look where they're at in the long term, if Dan Ashworth is making that decision that he wants to give Ten Hag a bit longer and not pressure into the fans, personally, I do understand that, even if we disagree a bit, because I feel like he is the guy INEOS have brought him for a reason. That's sort of my way.
You know what's the worrying thing, though, Alice? Is that Dan Ashworth hasn't sacked a manager.
That's good.
Omar Barada's never sacked a manager, and Joe Wilcox has never been involved in the sacking of a manager. But that's my worry, and that's where for me it's gone from Ten Hag watch to now INEOS watch. What are you discussing? How could you have a meeting with the brother that's on holiday right now? What sort of meeting? If I'm bringing the brother that's the main cause of everything that's going on, and you let him go on a flipping holiday, and he's not the epicenter of that meeting. It's mad. Erik ten Hag said in the summer, they spoiled my holiday. What did he say? He said something on the language, they ruined my holiday. And it went on national television, goes, well, they must have thought that I'm the right guy. This man is in control at INEOS. I'm looking at him like, man, them, what are they doing? What are they deliberating? Because for me, my whole mindset's changed now. Ten Hag can do what he wants. But INEOS, no, you cannot do what you want. You must be scrutinized. You are allowing this to happen. You are showing incompetence. It's on you now to stop all of this.
And this is the thing. I've been watching. Don't get it twisted. I've been watching what people are saying. I've been watching what everyone's saying. And I know the new line is INEOS fraud watch, this, that, and the other. But then I just can't feel that way about INEOS in terms of the big moves that they're trying to make for Man United. We can't deny it and say the step up in Carrington, the fact that we're talking about a new stadium, the fact that we have an owner trying to put money to the club. We can't now say everything you've done now is untrue because you're not doing what I want here. It just doesn't make sense. I
get your wider point with that. I get your wider point with that, but I think it's a bit like what Saeed said earlier. I think it's the timing of that, isn't it? You know what I mean? Yeah. I get like not being reactive to sort of fan pressure really early on, but it's not as if there's not a lot of evidence at the moment. That's why people are like, "Well, you should probably go in this direction."
Respect it. I just gave my opinion. I'm just telling you my opinion, which
it's not fair, Saeed. It's not fair. He's moving mad. It's not.
No, he's moving mad. He's moving mad. I'm still allowing you.
And he didn't say Alice is moving mad. Alice just said it in a better way. I'm saying it.
No, Alice is just.
Don't put the heat on Alice. You're trying to put the heat on Alice now. You're putting the heat on Alice.
Alice said, I don't agree with everything he's saying. I just think the one he's trying to say this.
Exactly.
I understand the point he's trying to make.
That's the point.
The KG whisperer. The KG whisperer over here now. It's getting ridiculous.
Alice, okay, because KG's saying that Alice, you understand the point he's trying to make. Do you agree with what he's saying?
I don't fully agree, but I understand the point he's trying to make, and I also understand to an extent not wanting INEOS to be reactionary with the fans, and like Dan Ashworth is there for a reason. Like, do you know what I mean? I understand it from both angles, but I feel like what KG's trying to say is being interpreted wrong.
And that's what you were saying, though, Saeed, wasn't it? That's what you said. That's what Saeed said as well. He's just like, not being reactionary is a good thing, but just not right now.
KG, you're moving like you've been stuck in the airport more hours than the Nigerian national team, bro. You're sounding hangry, bro. You sound like you haven't had no food in there, bro. You sound like you've had no sleep in there. You come on some madness, bro.
Bob and Weave.
The Nigerian team at the airport.
Bob and Weave.
What I've done is, you're so dumb. What I've done in this moment is, I've had a time to step back and just assess. That's all I did. I've had enough time. No, but then in the time that I stepped back and done some nice, good reflection and watched everything. Saeed has to.
You're round 9 against Usyk, bro.
God, I can't.
You're round 9 against Usyk, bro.
I feel like you lot are either not listening. I feel like I've been incredibly clear. I've said Saeed has the right to. Saeed has the right to criticize INEOS. I'm not saying he doesn't have no right to criticize them. I'm saying that, but we have to trust in these guys to make a good decision because finally we got the right football people at the club.